Hey everybody, your eyes are not deceiving you. In front of us is a aerolite, ultralight aircraft, and we're going to be using this amazing machine for our final destination here up in the Isle of Man. Now, we've been touring the Orbx North region now for about 4 months or probably more. And it's such a huge region, and it's just bristling with objects, points of interest. The ortho's gorgeous, the overlay's amazing. I've got great things to, great compliments with this area. It's really beautiful. And yeah, because of the area being so huge and sort of my own life getting in the way and just flight simming in general being so exciting, it's been quite difficult to sort of complete this tour in any sense of urgency, really, which has been great. I've really loved enjoying sort of taking my time with this scenery. But I thought it'd be very cool to end with this incredible little ultralight in VR. Now we're in the Reverb. I've never flown this. I have flown this once before, ages ago, when it was first released, because this was released during the time when X-Plane Laminar Research was implementing VR, native VR, and I did give this a bit of a go in the old CV1, which was amazing. And the sense of just being exposed to the elements, I'm looking down here and thinking, my goodness, I'm probably going to feel a bit of vertigo, especially in the Reverb with its high resolution. But we are going to get going, hopefully. Takes a while there to needing a lot of power here to get rolling. Oh, this feels so weird. I feel really small. Even the Cessnas are looking huge. They look like massive Airbuses compared to me. This is going to be one hell of an experience. I already can tell. Right, well, I know the wind direction is going a little bit. We probably should use that runway, but it's going to take forever. We're not going to need much runway to take off, so we're just going to find the nearest exit, which is here. I can be careful. I'm actually lifting off there. Ooh, careful. I'll tell you what, I actually will use that little iPad. Just stick that there. Right, okay, we're just going to take off from here. Here we go. Oh, this feels pretty amazing. Keep a centre line. Well, not even centre line. There we go. And away we go. Oh wow. Now it's funny, guys, you can spend so much money on payware aircraft with all the systems and in-depth sort of, mechanical maintenance logs and persistency. But sometimes nothing beats just being in a small little ultralight simple aircraft like this. My body right now, it feels like I'm really high up. The sense of height here is just amazing. I actually feel like I'm flying. I'm actually getting the senses of flying simply because there's nothing around me. And I'm just completely exposed to the elements here. Now, for whatever reason, the ortho imagery is a true Z level, zoom level 17 or 18 even here. It looks amazing. And I'm actually getting about 60 frames per second in the Reverb at the moment. Not surprising since I'm using this little aircraft, but honestly, this is amazing. You could quite easily just use this all the time, tour the UK in this, and yeah, you'd have one of the most amazing VR experiences ever. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh, I really feel like I could just jump out right now. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually save this as a replay, because this would be a perfect sort of showcase for VR for any friends or family that come over. A while ago, in fact, it was quite a while ago now. My folks came over. I think it was Christmas last year actually, and I set up a scenario where I was flying the Just Flight Hawk through the Snowdonia sort of national park in North Wales, and I got my dad and my mum to sort of sit there in the cockpit. I was very gentle, even though I was in the Hawk. I was very gentle and just did a few little turns, and they were absolutely gobsmacked. Now I tell you what, this is probably even better now with the reverb. Oh wow. This is incredible. Just seeing my wheel there, and then seeing, I'm probably not even that high up. Oh, if the whole of the UK was like this, probably wouldn't even be bothered about the new Microsoft Flight Sim coming out, because this looks amazing. It'd be quite cool actually to follow the Isle of Man TT. I wonder what our lap time would be in this. Okay, right, I'm just going to try and level out here, getting a bit of controller. I'm having a bit of controller issues at the moment. I think what I need is a powered USB hub, because I've got the CH Eclipse yoke and the pedals and my trim wheel all connected into sort of one hub, not directly into my PC, if that makes sense. So I think that's causing a few... I think my CH yoke isn't getting quite enough power. Oh, this is amazing. Got all of that sort of I can almost see the waves crashing up against there in like the motion of it, because it's just kind of tricking my mind a bit because it looks so clear. This is just gorgeous. Now, unfortunately, on a flat screen, as you're watching this, it's just not going to look anywhere near the experience. I have thought about doing some sort of VR videos, like 180 degree videos or whatever they're called. I've seen a few YouTubers doing it, so you could actually put your VR headset on and come join me and experience this exactly how it's meant to be. This is spectacular. Wow. Incredible. And I tell you what, guys, when you're hitting 45 to 60 frames per second, in fact at points when flying this aircraft you can actually hit 90 frames per second, which I have done in this aircraft. I've hit 90 before, and yeah, you can definitely tell it's the real deal, really, and for the experience even this gives you, it's worth a VR headset, because there's just nothing else like this apart from doing it in real life. This is amazing. Oh, I need to find some better words to describe VR when in moments like this where you're just totally immersed. I really feel like I'm flying. This is I'd really recommend, guys, anybody who's new to VR and watching this, or anybody who is remotely interested in VR, which I hope you are if you're watching this, otherwise what are you doing? We'll go and watch some cats or something falling out of a tree or something. I would urge you don't have to spend any money at all. This ultralight is in X-Plane, so just load it up. You don't even need some ortho scenery, just load it up in a, I don't know, some sort of area where X-Plane has giving some scenery some love. You know, they've got plenty of cities to explore now. Oh, look at this. Also there, you can see the cars really well. Different colours. Almost make out the windscreens there. That is really spectacular. And I won't go on about how amazing it looks in the Reverb, but it does. Really, really does. What a wonderful way to relax. I can't believe I've never been to the Isle of Man. It's definitely on my to-do list very soon. It's funny, after quite a long session the other day, in fact it was yesterday, but I don't know when this video will come out, but I spent about 3 hours in the Reverb in the TBM, and I thought, tell you what, before I finish the session I'm just going to quickly, very very quickly change back to the Rift S, and I gave it, you know, a good helping hand. I put super sampling at 2.0 to really give it a good go, and I was quite honestly shocked. It was awful, if I'm honest. And it wasn't the lenses are perfect, the screen is gorgeous, but what really struck me more than anything else was the screen door effect. Now I think the screen door effect affects flight simulator fans more than any other genre. If you're killing zombies or with a first person shooter, or you know, in some sort of really rich VR experience with lots of colours and things on the screen, then that's fine, but we're often looking at sort of the sky and sort of, you know, focusing on particular points, and you really feel that screen door. And I did a circuit in the TBM. I was really shocked actually with how pretty awful it felt, and I didn't think I'd feel that way. I thought I would jump in it and go, God, this is still brilliant, and it is brilliant, but it's just, you know, the Reverb is on such another level that yeah, you just can't go back really. You can't go backwards. And if resolution stays like this for the next 3 years or more, you know, and just let the hardware catch up so that we're able to do what I'm doing right now with amazing performance. I looked there because I thought I had my FPS on, but I don't think it's on. But you know, I'm getting about between 45 and 60 frames per second in the Reverb. If we can get to this sort of level where this performance is possible everywhere, oh my goodness me, then yeah, let's just stick to that. You know, like, I'm not bothered about 8K or whatever and all these crazy resolutions. There's a bit of a war on at the moment. Well, not a war, clearly not with Oculus at the moment, but with Pimax particularly, trying to, you know, get these sort of 4K per eye headsets out. I think just keep with what we've got here. This is a really beautiful display. It doesn't leave you wanting for any more. It doesn't leave you lacking and thinking, oh, I really wish I had a better resolution. You just don't think that at all in the Reverb. The only thing that would be nice is a better field of view, which I'm sure you could implement fairly easily in a sort of newer version. But yeah, let's let the hardware and software catch up a bit. Just really beautiful. Now I can even see right from here, you probably can't see this on the screen, but where I'm pointing there, that is the mountain road in the TT. I can see it right from over here. Can you see that road there? One day I hope to ride that road myself. But you can even see the markings in the road, look, really quite clearly. Just taking a couple of screenshots. funny because when I'm recording and I take a screenshot, that usually creates a bit of a stutter, but not in this little aircraft. Wow. Just look at that. Look at that view down there. We're probably only at about 1,000 feet, but the ortho is looking really clear. Oh, wow. Sorry guys, I keep saying wow too much. Yeah, the sound of this aircraft is one of the default crappy X-plane sounds, and I think, to be honest, I'd be quite happy. I might actually see if I can find a payware ultralight, because I would happily do a full tour over many months in something like this. What an experience. What an amazing experience. Okay, we're going to just cut into the mountains now. Cut back here. This seems to be the perfect aircraft for something like this. See, like those telegraph poles down there, they give a real sense of height. If I got out of my chair now and jumped over there, I'd probably actually feel a bit terrified. Truly spectacular. I'm so happy, so lucky to be living in an age where this is possible. Pretty damn cool. You know what, I'm definitely going to be using this when I get to Washington. Oh yes. I think there is an airfield over there somewhere. How are we doing? Ramsey. Ah, Ramsey, yeah, I recognise that. Point of... Should we go right to the end? So we'll leave that for another video, because as I say, I'm going to be touring this area again one more time before we leave in the Marchetti. As you know, I owe it to that aircraft to fly around here, since we had quite a dramatic flight over here. We received quite a bit of icing. I've never seen that. I've had goodness knows how many hours I have accumulated in that aircraft, and yet I've never experienced icing like that, where the whole of the canopy started to ice over, and I could see on the leading edges just ice appearing, and you know, that's I've never seen it implemented as well as that. It even beats the TBM, but it was quite scary. But we managed to land here. The stone walls, I could literally kick those rocks. That's how clear that is in the headset. I could almost jump out and do a bit of rambling. I could probably land on there if I wanted to, I don't know. Probably best leave that for another time. I'm not sure if there's any custom points of interest on this island. I'm sure there will be somewhere. I'm sure there'd be a castle or two. Oh wow, doing that. That's so much fun. Just a simple wing waggle like that. You can really feel the motion. It's brilliant. Talking of motion, if you are new to VR, I would highly recommend that you just take your time. The first time I bought my Oculus CV1, well, the first thing I did was go through the Oculus setup, which was just the most amazing experience. It was that amazing, I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing beforehand when I tried the headset for the first time, and it was just one of those amazing moments, like, you know, the first time you ever used a 3D graphics card, or was it the Reverb TNT I think I used, where suddenly, like, the performance was amazing. I think it was Falcon 4, combat flight sim, the best combat flight sim. Well, now DCS has obviously surpassed it, but you know, of the era. I remember buying a Reverb TNT card and seeing it in 3D. It's the most amazing experience. It was almost like that, but actually better. And I tried the robot tutorial, and seeing your hands, well, that wasn't really your hands, seeing your controllers moving with your hands for the first time was just amazing. But I'd recommend anyone who's new to VR just to do 10 minutes and then gradually work your way up. Oh, this is superb. So this is Ramsey. You know, don't do a full hour session in it or anything like that. You need to get your, what they call VR legs. Now this is some seriously crisp scenery here. Really very nice. I can pick out everything. Anyone who lives on the Isle of Man and is into flying, you really need to pick up this scenery just to fly over here, because it's definitely the best area I've seen so far. This is spectacular. Jaw-dropping, amazing, just incredible. Any other words, add in, please just add them in. And right now, oh god, I can really feel the height again, like, just because I've got a context with obviously this frame and the wheel there, and then looking down onto the terrain, it really feels, and because it's quite sharp, the ortho, it's a true zoom level 17, I can really sense that feeling of being in the air. Oh, that's just beautiful. Right, so what we'll do now, there is an airfield, I'm sure there is down here somewhere. Yes, just there, look. Whether it's disused or not, I don't know. There, just there. I'm not sure if it will actually... Doing a bit slow today. I'll leave it. Oh, this is incredible. I'll just move this out of the way a minute just to get a screenshot of those beautiful fields. I kind of feel like I've saved the best till last here, because yes, Scotland is incredibly beautiful, the most beautiful place on earth really, but it's only as beautiful as it's modelled, and this is modelled, the ortho that is just perfect. Trying to keep my head movements to a minimum, or at least do it quite slowly for you guys, because I know that unfortunately in VR, when you're moving your head, it's completely natural, like you would normally move your head in real life, but it's accentuated on the 2D screen, unfortunately. Oh, look at that! A massive house down there, outbuildings, own private driveway, living the dream. Probably got their own little ultralight. Sandy cliffs there. So yeah, my advice to you guys, if you're having a particularly stressful day, you've just come back from work or whatever, if you've got this scenery, I would highly recommend the best way to relax is to jump in this aerolite aircraft. completely, you know, it's freeware. It's, well, I say it's freeware. It's actually in X-Plane itself. Take off from Ronald's Way in Isle of Man. It's Echo Golf November Sierra. And just spend a couple of hours just exploring every inch of this scenery. Trust me, it will chill you out a treat. Some beautiful cliffs here, look. And there's a shot and a half. Look at those stones and rocks. They're so clear, and the beautiful sort of the ortho extends out to the sea a little bit, so you get that beautiful colour. And there's a castle down there in the scenery. It's not modelled. Just bring this. Gotta be careful not to whack my desk or anything. Bring this in a bit further. I have to check that out because I'm not aware. I don't know what castle that is. But it certainly looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look, I'm just looking down now. I'm definitely not in my house right now. I'm not on my computer chair. I'm not in my pyjamas. I am actually flying. Boats all perfectly seen, and we've got some cliffs here, beautiful, very dramatic cliffs. Mesh isn't perfect, but then, you know, I'm not going to be too picky. Of course, even the detail of this ultralight, you know, it's really well detailed. I can see every little bolt, nut. See, like, even this handle here has got kind of like grime on it and a bit of grease. Love it. Absolutely love it. Actually see the airport now. Just goes to show you guys, anyone's wondering how far you can see in the distance in the Reverb, I can see the runway from here. I'll zoom in for you. Can you see it now? Very clearly indeed. Okay, we're going to make it a bit of a bank now. Oh, look at that. Look how the trees are casting a beautiful shadow on the terrain there. This is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's weird when I kind of just jump out the headset very quickly to check I'm recording. Oh yeah, I'm sat on my chair. There's actually something I'm quite interested in, and that's sort of the effects of VR, because it's so amazing now, and it's only going to get better, that for some people, I was reading an article the other day, that there's actually some sort of, it can actually make you quite depressed when you're out of VR, because almost like normal reality is too boring. And I do think that there should be an age limit on VR, particularly when you're, you know, sort of growing up. Your brain isn't developed yet, you're still having to regulate your emotions and your sort of patterns of behaviour and sort of your understanding of the world. And I think VR could actually play a bit of a detrimental impact into that crucial development. I don't want to get too deep on it, but I think that because VR is such a powerful tool, it really is, it needs to be respected and thought about carefully, particularly for younger people, I think, or if you've got a any sort of mental health problem. It can certainly help as well. I think VR can certainly help in therapy, but yeah, it's just something that I was thinking about the other day and read an article. I thought that was very interesting. Right, okay guys, we are coming into land, or we will be soon, on the approach. This has been a thoroughly enjoyable flight. Really, really fantastic. And I'm a bit concerned because I'm not sure if that runway is going to be long enough for us. It's going to feel massive when I plonk this on that runway. What an amazing, incredible way to enjoy VR. Now I need to concentrate as we bring this bird back into land. It's funny, you know, in another different aircraft like the TBM or something, at this point I'll be almost thinking about getting ready for flaring, but I'm still ages away in this. We're doing about 55 knots. Slow down a bit more, trim a little bit here. And there's a Shell gas station. That's very cool. Liking it. As I say, my controllers are a bit sensitive. I need to recalibrate them, I think. So hopefully this won't be too bad of a landing. Look at those houses there. Look, that's spot on. Apart from that one in the in the way of it, but that looks really good. Right, concentrate. Here we go. I can feel every single foot that I'm descending. This is amazing. Gently does it. There we go. And straight off the runway. Right, we'll go into the main area, terminal. Should we go to a gate? Pick up some passengers. I just love how kind of close to the ground I feel and how small I feel. It's one thing I love about VR is the scale of everything is completely one-to-one, so like I really feel really small. I feel like I might actually just park up next to a really large aircraft just for the laugh, really, just to see how it feels. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we probably park over there somewhere, but no, let's just park next to this Boeing 737. Pretty certain an ultralight has never been in this area of the Isle of Man before, unless maybe in the fog when the pilot got lost or something. Okay, now I'm feeling really small in this now. This whole ultralight could fit in the cockpit of that aircraft. Okay, come on, let's just get out of here. That's enough shenanigans for one day. Okay guys, so thanks so much for watching this. Really appreciate it. It's great showing my geeky passion for aviation and all things flying in VR. Where are we going to park? Let's park in here next to this really posh bizjet. Well, it's not a bizjet. I can't remember what they're called actually. Let's park on the grass here. There we go, that'll do. That was absolutely amazing. First class. Oh, that's the flaps. Okay, let's jump out. Thanks so much guys for watching. I'll see you again soon. Cheerio.